Hey y'all, I got another guest. Yeah, bruh's a graphic designer. And bruh got some clean ass graphics. I'm telling you. God damn, bruh. Jesus Christ. Fire. Flame. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna let him introduce himself after I give y'all the intro, though. You feel me? This is another episode of Storm in the Brain. I'm your lovely or hated host, Kamal, aka the Black Seinfeld, aka Magic X. And since I got the best audience out there, what should the best audience be doing right now? Not only for yourself, but also for Derrick.
Hey.
Give yourself a goddamn round of applause.
Hey.
Air horns for you too, brother. You feel me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. But like I said, I got my guest Derrick, and Derrick is going to introduce himself, tell you about other projects he got going on and things that he got going on that he needs to share to my audience. So the floor is yours, brother.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for the invite.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Derrick Whitfield Sr. I'm definitely a Dago native from Southeast San Diego, from Encanto in the house, baby. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm a graphic designer. I've been an artist for, since I was like 7. So you're talking about, what, 92, 93, you know what I mean? Definitely 80s babies. Yeah. Been an artist for a while, you know. Yeah. But got into graphic design after I left the Navy and, small business owner, but definitely made some mighty moves. One of the prouder projects that I'm definitely proud of was that one of my logos was featured on BET. It was a...
Hold up. One of your logos was featured on BET?
Yeah, I have to give you the link, but it's an interview because the lady who I did the logo for, her name is Deborah, but she's like the talent manager for the LA Spark. So she puts on all the dance coordinated stuff. And so if you go look at Authentic Black Culture's page, if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see it was a BET thing called Straight Ahead, and they were dancers for Belle Biv DeVoe that back in the day, and you'll see them wearing the sweater, and it's Authentic Black Culture, and that's my design. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you got to send me the link, bro. Hold on, man. Nah, F all that. We giving you more air horns, hand claps, more air horns.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what I'm talking about. Damn.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
That's amazing, though, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I did want to bring you a stat, though, because you in a elite class, bro. And on this show, I like to bring people stats, especially when it comes to us Black Americans. Look, man, the percentage of Black graphic designers is 4.9%, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's real. It's barely changed too since I started. So I started designing. Going to school for it back in 2015 when I got out the Navy, and at the time it was only 3%. That's only a 1.9% difference.
Yeah, 2%.
You know, in almost 10 years. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Yeah.
That percentage need to go up, man. They say we 13%. I think we higher, but they say we 13% in the United States, and it's just, to me, it's sad that they didn't even have the percentage of what we represent in the United States.
Right. And that's the thing about graphic design and why I do it is because, you know, you look at the world and the world is more diverse than ever. I think there's a Time article I read a while back, and they talk about, you know, diversity in the U.S. and basically, you know, all the stuff that's going on now with racism and people trying to box, you know, people of color out is because Hispanics are supposed to basically be the dominating culture in the United States by 2050, and people are scared of that. Not a lot of people know that, but yeah, like Hispanic culture is, you know, definitely gonna supersede like everybody. You know, Black people, Caucasians, they're just, you know, Hispanic culture is deep, and so you know, that's why I do what I do. You know, as far as graphic design, because I'm like, you know, if the world is diverse, then people are going to want diverse communication, you know. So, of course, the Black community can come to me and deal directly with me, you know, and be comfortable with me, you know, getting design work for my business. And so, yeah, that's why I do what I do.
But I did have a question for you. One question. For sure. How did you get into graphic design at such a young age? Like, what sparked your brain to be like, yo, I want to do that. I want to design graphics out here. You feel me?
Right. Well, it was a long journey for sure. I started off as an artist, so I wasn't a graphic designer at first. You know, I drew everything, cartoons, old school cartoons back in the day. And then, when I got a little older, it was like, little flyers for house parties that I used to draw or whatnot, but I quit. I took a hiatus from it. Like in the Navy, I served almost 10 years. And so I didn't draw like any in the Navy, and I kind of quit. And so, my wife, who's my girlfriend at the time, when I was getting out of the Navy, I was going to play it safe and do human resources. That's essentially what I did in the Navy. And so I was going to play it safe and do that as a civilian until she saw me draw one day. And she was like, you need to do something with this. Like, you're too talented to be going into human resources.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. And so when I got out, I just didn't know what to do as an artist because I never thought as a career as an artist. And she showed me like graphic design, and I was like, well, I've always liked computers, and so that was what we set upon. And I just been enrolled in college over at Art Institute in Mission Valley when it was open, and just been rolling ever since. Yeah.
Man, I'm glad your wife talked you into being a damn graphic designer, bro. I can't see you doing HR, bro. You're gonna be doodling while doing HR.
I'd have been bored to tears, man. And the suit and everything would have been bored. I don't know.
Yeah. Good Lord. I'm so glad, bro. Hey, I actually want to show my audience too.
For sure.
Some of the designs, man. You feel me?
Yeah.
Look at this. Incredible. Is this supposed to be like Nipsey?
Yeah, it's supposed to be Nipsey, man. Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, man.
This should look like that's J. Cole for sure.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah. Let me get my dough up, and now I'm gonna have to cop one of these prints.
Appreciate it.
For real.
Appreciate it.
Actually, I did have another question for you, and as it's sparking my mind is kind of what's going on right now is a Comic-Con. Have you ever thought about getting your work into Comic-Con? Because it kind of seems kind of,
You know what's crazy, man, is like I've been a native of San Diego all my life, and I have never been to Comic-Con. Never been, not once. I know you probably don't believe it, but I swear I've never been. I
believe it because I ain't never been either. I'm actually about to go to a networking event today.
Yeah.
At Comic-Con. I ain't never been to Comic-Con either, but I always hear about it.
So. Yeah. I would like to, though. I would love to. Of course I would. But, those kind of things, it's definitely a logistics thing. And then, of course, as of right now, I don't live in San Diego. And so we're just, kind of unfortunate. But, yeah. So, but I would love to, though. I'd love the opportunity.
What part of the state you live in now, though?
I'm in Atlanta, man, because basically when I moved back to San Diego, I started my business. And I mean, I ain't even about to lie to you, man. It was rough. It was a rough go, just really getting started with the business and, coming out the military. And then I had my son when I got out, and it was just a lot, and then definitely them prices kept jumping up in Cali as far as rent. Got a family of 4, got a wife, a daughter, and a son. We had to make a decision, make our best move. And so we was like, let's just, bounce out to the A for a minute, and get our paper up. And then, if Cali's in the cards, we'll definitely come back, So yeah.
So how is it different working in San Diego compared to Atlanta as a graphic design artist?
As a business owner, man, I'm telling you, Atlanta is just, they're very, very business minded, and they support their own. And I know San Diego is like that now, because the group Black San Diego, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure when they started, but I know when I first started my business, I didn't know about Black San Diego, and it probably was in its infancy back then. Don't quote me on that, but I just didn't know about them. And then, you just didn't see a lot of Black businesses that were on the forefront, including my business. I did a lot of stuff behind the scenes, but, I just wasn't really out there like that. But out here, I can't beat them off with a stick, man, just because, it's Black people out here, and, you have everybody on the spectrum from CEOs that are Black to, somebody starting off business day one that's Black. And, if you're a good business, or you do solid business, man, it's definitely out here for you. So that was definitely a smart move that we made, as far as a business standpoint. Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that point up, because me and my lady just recently went to Dallas.
Yeah.
And
man.
I know this might sound weird, but because I'm from Oakland, California, and when I was over there, it was 40% Black people. And I moved out here to San Diego, and I find out it's like 5 or 6% Black people.
Right.
When I went to Dallas, I don't know, I was ecstatic when I saw a black truck driver, a moving company. Black dude hopped out the goddamn car, and the first thing he did when he saw me, I'm like, "What's up, bro?"
Right. Right.
I mean, our numbers are so low out here in San Diego
Yeah.
that you don't get that type of interaction, nor do you see people of our race work everyday jobs. Out here in San Diego, people working good ass jobs. The black people I know, they working great ass jobs, or they just playing basketball all day.
Right. And so, yeah, to me, it's like, it's, you know, even though San Diego does, I'm sure they have very, you know, supportive black people and stuff, there's just not that full spectrum. Like, for instance, you know, I'm a business owner, and I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I work from home, you know, as a business owner. I don't have my own office or everything, but I know of an agency out here that's one of the top agencies. They've done stuff for the NBA, WNBA, and the guy has his own office, and the CEO is black, and I'm tapped in with him. Like, I can go to his office and go get the game from him, who was established. You know what I mean? And so you have that out here where it's like, you know, in your case, you run a podcast. I know there's plenty of dudes out here who are just killing the game in podcasts out in Atlanta that can give you some game, and just, you know, so I think it's a, you know, I think it's kind of going in reverse with how, you know, black people, they move from the South to get away from racism. Some of us are going back to the South just because, you know, there's so many black people out here. You can find any opportunity that you want, really, you know, and then you get out here, stack your bread. And then I know one of the heads of Black San Diego, I think she might have moved out to Atlanta for a little bit and then came back with, you know, a whole lot of business game. And I can't remember which one it was, but I'm pretty sure it's one of them that lived out here for a few years. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I wonder who it was. Okay.
I can't remember, but I know it's one of them for sure.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Another question I wanted to ask you was the obstacles that you have to endure, just in case we have a young black male or black female watching right now. It's like, yo, I want to be a graphic designer.
Yeah.
But I don't know where to start, and I don't know the obstacles.
Right.
Can you give that young person some game?
You know, like anything, running any type of business, it's tough because you're building it from the ground up. You know, you're going against the grain, you know, to start something. And, you know, I just do not want to, I don't want anyone to have any misconception that, you know, within 2 to 3 months, you're going to replace money that you're making that a job can give you yearly. Like, please, please, please do not just up and quit your day job. Like, make a plan, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you really want to run a business and you really want to have that freedom of, you know, whether you punch a clock or not, and you currently at work, like, start making a plan, start putting away 20-30% of your money, you know, because you're going to need something to fall back on, you know, because a business that's broke, it doesn't do anybody any good, you know. So you gotta have capital, you know. So I would say definitely, if you want to leave, you know, your traditional work, have a plan and save your money and give yourself like a year or two, and then during that time, build your business so you have clients. Another thing is that, you know, it's not my artwork that is so much the I know people, you know, they give me comments on my art all the time, and that's great, and I appreciate all the comments that I get. But really, I tell people my magic is people. Like I said, I worked customer service in the Navy for almost 9 years, so I know how to talk to people, and I know how to talk to our people, you know. And so my thing is that I try to do solid business with everybody, including our own. So if it's somebody that's, you know, black coming across my desk, like, I'm gonna make sure to give them that A1 customer service, because it's so common in our community to, you know, associate bad business with us. And I'm here to change that. Like, I want to change the face of that and do solid business with my people and other people too, of course, you know. So yeah. Oh yeah.
Shit, you and I both, man.
Yeah.
We're trying to change the face of that. You feel me?
Absolutely. You know.
I did want to add on to that. If you're gonna start your own business, work it like you work a job. You work a 9 to 5, and overtime. Just because you start your own business don't mean, well, I only got to work an hour.
It's definitely a pipe. No, you can't do that.
You're gonna be like, dang, you own your own business. Like, you gotta work that much harder until you get to a point where the kind of the stuff is working like a well-oiled machine. Yeah. And then you can start being, all right, I ain't gotta put too much time into that. I can put into this. So
I tell people all the time, man, I was like, you know, I tell people that in the Navy, I put in 12 to 14 hour days. If as a business owner, you ain't even willing to do that, you may not make it, man. You know, I know in San Diego, when I first started my business, I remember I was driving Uber at the time to kind of supplement the income or whatever, because I just had a baby, you know, I just had my son. I would work I'd start at 4 o'clock in the morning, work till 4 in the afternoon, and then come home and work my business until about 10 o'clock at night. This was every day for, I'd say, about a good 3 years. You know what I'm saying? And so like almost every day, not every single day, but I'd say at least a good 5 days a week where I in the car hustling, and then I come home and hustle my business. And that was just honestly to get my foot in the door with clients enough to trust me to want to do business with me. We ain't talking about big business owners. I'm not even there yet. I'm like talking about regular, steady clients who would pay me. That's what it took, was them, you know, them 12 to 14 hour days in the car. And then you come home and work a business for another, 6 to 8 hours. And then you just wake up, rinse and repeat again, for a long time, and there's no easy bake oven success. It don't happen overnight. Not for a lot of us, you got to really grind to get that shit off the ground. So yeah.
Man, only way is overnight success. How I see it, or easy bake. It be some debauchery, man. You gotta have rap lyrics pink and your booty hole brown. It's like, bro, god damn. What?
Yeah, man. For me, it's like, those people who, like I said, I don't knock nobody hustle, but, if you have a person that say, hey, I built $1 million business by just throwing some salt over my shoulder and spinning around twice, you may want to look into that, because I don't really believe that, so, it's just, I don't trust it. Yeah.
Shit, wow. It kind of remind me also, I don't know if you've been seeing this chick named Pinky Doll, and she act like some NPC.
Well, yeah.
This is my thing. I'm glad that's happening. I'm glad people getting paid, but we need some motherfucking balance. I'm just tired of seeing that being a success of us as Black Americans. We got engineers, we got business owners, we got architects that can actually speak good and got personality, but they never get put in the forefront.
Right. And, because I think a lot of that, the easy bake oven stuff, or the stuff that, looks the shortest distance, that's the stuff that's going to gain popularity. But if I tell you, hey, as a business owner, it really took me 5 years. Those sayings, those cliche sayings that people have, it takes 10 years to build a business. It really does. Like, I think I'm in year 8 of business, and now it's like, I don't have to drive Uber anymore, or I don't have to, depend on outside sources of income. Like, I can fully support my family from my business. That took 8 years, and that don't sound popular to a whole lot of people, but sometimes that's what it is, and it's like, it's really real. Like, you really have to, run a business and screw up, and then, do it again, and then lose something and have failures, and, all these things, really to just like, get you to that point where you're just really efficient. Like you said, a well-oiled machine, and it took me 8 years to do this, And so I don't try to win no popularity contest. I tell people the real all the time. You will not hear no fabricated info from me. It took a while, and I'm still not where I want to be. I'm not sitting up here saying, oh, I make $100,000. No, this is no. I make good money. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not like rich rolling or none of that. Like, I can sustain my family from my business. Well, I would say I'm comfortable. That's where I'm at, so yeah.
And that's great though, to kind of do what you love and be comfortable.
Yeah.
A lot of people do what they love and be uncomfortable as hell.
I mean, I was uncomfortable for a lot of years though. It was I can tell you some real stories now that, were definitely uncomfortable, and, definitely in some bad spots where it's like, yeah, it's real, man. That struggle stuff is real, and you will go through some things, trying to run a business for sure. Yeah.
All right. Before I ask the next question, let my audience know one of the uncomfortable stories that you had to go through as a business owner and a graphic designer. Yeah. So people out there, they can learn from this. You feel me?
Yeah. So, like I said, I was driving Uber for a long time. You know what I mean? And, when me and my wife first started, we had 2 cars, right? We had a Nissan Altima, and then I had a Dodge Avenger. And so I used to drive both of those cars, and between business just not working out, and then one of the cars broke down from driving Uber. So it was my wife's car that went. And then it got so bad in business, I had to end up selling my Dodge Avenger for food. And and I remember we used to live in Imperial Beach right near the Strand. And there's if you walk straight from the Strand, like up a mile to the street, there's a grocery outlet over there, and it's in a shopping center with I think Five Guys, a poke bars over there.
I know what you're talking about, because
I used to have to walk to that grocery outlet and carry bags of groceries a mile back to my apartment by the Strand. Boy, I'm telling you, like I look like a strong dude, but there are some days where I just broke down and cried, man. Like I ain't even finna lie to you. Like, that's, and I'm not saying, you're gonna go through stuff like that, but it can happen, like these things can happen, and it's really your mental that, it's gonna see you through it. It is what it is, so, and there was a lot of days where I just had to suck it up, and a lot of broke days, and a lot of digging through I remember, me and my old lady, we used to make a joke about or we make jokes about like how we used to dig through our couch for change just to buy a Little Caesars pizza. Like, for real, this is real stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's called sacrifice out there, people. Shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? Man, I appreciate that story though, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that's overcoming triumph and shit like that,
Yeah, not too many people tell those stories. You have business owners who will definitely tell you about the success, or definitely tell you I'm balling out of control, but they won't tell you that, hey, I had to sell or my car broke down and I had to sell my other one for food. But that's a part of it though, and for me, it's like, I don't want to be disingenuous with anybody who's thinking of going into business. Like, it was guaranteed in business is that one way or another, you will lose or you will have to give up something. But I will tell you that, it's not the wins that teach you anything. Like me, I know there's a project I was paid for last year, and I made 10 bands in one project. Like, I was paid $10,000 by an agency to do work. But you know what I mean? Like, there's also, these struggles that I have where it's just like, you thought you was about to lose your mind, and to get to, you'll have those, I learned nothing from that 10K, but hey, I can make $10,000 a project. That's all I learned. But, when you lose your car and one breaks down, like, that really makes you reevaluate like how you're doing business, and, the changes you need to make and the adjustments you need to make. And, that's, you learn from the losses, not the wins, so. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Learn from the L's. Yeah. And that sounds like a dope ass rap album.
Hey, somebody need to make it, man. I'll design the cover for it for sure.
Yeah, hey, there we go, right there.
For sure.
Yo, all right, I have 2 more questions. Another question I had was, do you ever think about, like, cause you say you used to draw cartoons and stuff. Do you ever think about kind of going into that field too, like drawing cartoons, or for people that storytell and things of that nature?
Well, I know I recently got reached out to do a children's book. And so, like, I think I would do stuff like that, because it was like a company that wanted me to do a children's book, but they're, Black owned, of course, but they want to include Creole influences and stuff like that. And so I thought that was really cool, because, you see all kind of children's book, but, I ain't never seen a Creole children's book. Like, that would be dope to draw some crawfish and some shrimp and some stuff like that, and have that as a children's book. But cartooning, like, not necessarily, because I did get a chance to see a while back what that took, and it's just a lot of drawings. And so for me, it's like, I'll do more so art prints, t-shirts, like books and stuff like that. Like, but for fun, like, I draw with my son and stuff like that. Yeah, I'll draw cartoons with him for sure.
Okay, hell yeah.
Yeah.
My last question is, before we get out of here,
okay,
who inspired you to be a graphic designer? Who was like your inspiration? And it ain't gotta be even a graphic designer, because it could be like a comedian. Like, man, he inspired me to do this because of,
Yeah, I think I would definitely say, Nipsey Hussle.
Okay.
He was definitely an inspiration, because when I came out of the Navy, when you're in the military, they teach you dependence. Mm-hmm. And then when you get out of the service, it's like ripping the Band-Aid off, and now, boom, you're a business owner, and you're responsible for payroll. You're responsible for all these things that in the military, they took care of that for you. And I remember, when I got out in 2015, like, I must have listened to Nipsey Hussle's music, like, I swear, for every day for like 3 or 4 years straight. Just, just hearing that repetition, you never, you heard people kind of talk about business and stuff like that, but never a dude from LA, like a gangbanger from LA, talking about business owners and fuck the middleman and black empowerment. You never heard this. And so for me, that was a huge inspiration to have somebody from, my coast with dope music, and just really took it to a level where it's like, as a black person, you can have this, and it don't matter where you come from, because I mean, I'm not from LA, but I'm definitely from Southeast San Diego. Definitely was raised in Dago in the 80s when it was really live.
It was rough.
And to see somebody get past all those points and just reach it to he's Grammy nominated. I'm like, yeah, that's crazy, you know. So yeah, huge inspiration.
Man, that's dope, man. And you know, RIP to Nipsey Hussle, man. Let's give our brother hand claps. You feel me, bro? He inspired a lot of people, bro. He did his damn thing. You feel me? And he kept his essence. You feel me?
Absolutely.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Your essence.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, man, I'm so glad that you came onto the show, bro.
Me too.
I appreciate you so much, Derrick. You feel me? Before we get out of here and I do my outro, please let my audience and the people know where they could find you on social medias, where they could find your work at, in any other endeavors or projects that you have coming up that you want the people to know. You feel me?
Yeah. So I'm on Instagram mostly, Whitfield Designs, WHITFIELD Designs with the S on the end. I'm there, you know, pretty much posting, I'd say pretty regularly, almost every day. Okay. I'm on Facebook under the same name. I have my own store, Whitfield Designs Store, same spelling. And then Whitfield Designs Co. That's my portfolio where I have, you know, my work at. But I'm pretty informal guy, man. You know, hey, if you want a project or you just want to shoot the shit, hey, holler at me, man. You know, I'm always available. So yeah.
Hell yeah. And I got the links in the description below. So it'd be easy for the dumbest of the dumbs. Where's the laws right there, fam? The links is gonna be below, so you can get to bruh's store, his portfolio, his social medias, so you can holler at him. And I know I have some artists out there that be watching me. So if you need your artwork done, holler at my brother Derrick.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah.
And once again, I appreciate you coming on the news station. So let me hit my outro before we get out of here.
All right, brother, for sure.
You know, for the tubers out there, YouTube been around since 2005. I don't need to tell y'all what to do to get the video art channel booming, but just like the rest of the tubers say, I'm gonna say the same thing. Like a sub a share a comment a like. Y'all know what to do. Some out there, you feel me? Hey, for my Twitch family, hit your bro with a follow. Hit your bro with a share. That'd be greatly appreciated, you feel me? Also appreciate my lovely sponsor, First Place Losers. The link to the shop gonna be in the description below. Y'all go check out the fire-ass garments made out of 100% Egyptian cotton. I guarantee it'll boost your sex appeal up about, let's say, 51%. And look here, it'll look good on me. It's gonna look good on your in-between ass, okay? And with that being said, hey man, my social media family, if you want to follow your bruh, Kamal Johnson ENT on Threads, Tickety Talk, Twitter, all that good jazz, you feel me? And also, I gotta give my brother Derrick a hand clap again. He had his work on BET. I didn't even know that. You feel me? A Dago native.
Dago in the house.
I know I'm not from San Diego, but I've been out to 05, so this is basically my second home. And whenever I could get people from here, you feel me? Really California, but you know, San Diego, Bay Area, I try to get y'all in here and expose you as much as I can. And I appreciate you for coming on here, brother. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you as well, man. Thanks for having me.
Yep. All right, y'all. We out of here, y'all.
All right, y'all.
Peace.